love working with Michele.
I feel buoyant and alive, Michele. It's amazing. I don't feel as though I've got to gather in all that negative crap. It's like a different planet. It opens up possibilities.
I was suffering from...
Hi there. This is Michele Holong at the Sparkle Experience Show, and it is the 43rd episode of the Sparkle Experience Show. And just want to welcome all of you here who are here. You don't have to be on camera. I just want to let you know that it's really just a discussion to talk about pain tonight. In the past, we've talked about all sorts of topics. We've talked about thoughts, fears. We've talked about neurodiversity plus neurotypical equals love. We've talked about all sorts of thinking around calm, being calm with DK Warner on the center of calm. And we have here tonight my dear client, Pam Heath. She's my editor for the newsletter as well. We've talked about her journey. We've talked about so many different things, and it's all about being CEO of you. So you are in control of your life, your very how you show up. You're in charge of your ability to function even in the face of challenges, and more so that you stand in your power and do the things that come to you that are for your highest good. And that's a little bit of soul, a little bit of process, a little bit of tuning into yourself, bringing in all your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, and knowing where to go to search for help, for resources, for additional support that you may need. And so this topic tonight I wanted to talk about is pain. Pain is not something that is necessarily bad. Pain is our body's way of signaling to us that something is going on inside of us, around us, within us, that we need to take heed of, that we need to pay attention to. And it's sometimes a way that our body signals to us that we need to release things. And so let's talk about me first for 1 sec. I'm hoping that tonight's discussion is going to help you, whether you're signing in now or whether you're signing in later on the replay, that it's going to help you to take up a different perspective on what your view of pain is in your life and all around you when you experience it, when you see other people going through it, and then things that you can perhaps do to manage it, handle it in a different way. Not necessarily changing what you're doing, but maybe adding to it as well, because I believe in the power of the and. So who am I? I am the Real Sparkle Diva. I started this podcast back in August 6th, 2 years, just over 2 years ago now, coming up to 3. And I started it because I have a gift of sparkle. I like to refer to it as that. I wanted to help more people in the world and have people understand what sparkle, my clients tell me that sparkle does for them. And to have people out there awaken to the fact that there is a healer within each and every one of us. And so this gift of sparkle I have, I didn't know about it when I was born, kind of. It was something that came to me after I had a ski accident and I was looking for answers myself to handle the issue I had with my knee and not being able to walk very well. And so this is a journey I've been on myself, because you might be here and thinking, wait, this thing is all woo and it's this, I want to run in the other direction. Well, just so you know, that was me years ago, before I actually went on my search, my journey to see what was out there, how I could heal my knee naturally without surgery, without having to take drugs and do all that stuff. I wanted to find a way to get through and gain the use of my knee again. And so that's where I started out. And on this path, I've realized that there are tools out there that are available to us that we can use. And I've gone through a lot of training on different healing modalities. And in that process, it was pointed out to me that I have this gift of sparkle. So in a nutshell, then that's kind of why I'm here, so to speak. And then my background is all around the corporate, the process, thinking, big picture, very analytical. And so I bring to the table other perspectives that can help my clients, because as different things bring in different stressors and different types of overwhelm, I have this wide perspective and all these tools and ways I can help you and help myself to look at what is happening and see things from a different perspective. So let's talk about pain and how pain fits into the equation. Pain is this thing that our bodies do when it says, "Ooh, something's happening that shouldn't be." And sometimes the pain that we feel is not necessarily from the area that we're sensing it's coming from, that we're feeling the pain coming from. Sometimes the pain is a referral from another part of the body. And here is the thing that I've learned over the years I've been doing this work is I've come to the realization that a lot of pain, and there's studies out there now with different health authorities, they have realized that negative emotions, stresses can actually be the root cause of pain. And so in the life we're living today, if you look at your life and you take a preview of it, so you kind of look around and see if you take a look at your wheel of life and all the different aspects of your life coming off that wheel, like the spokes around a bicycle wheel. And each of those has an aspect of your life. And then you put the names like family, work, career, business, finances, health, fitness, children, relationships, whatever it is that is top of mind and is on your plate, meaning that these are all the things you're dealing with, the challenges, the situations you're dealing with right now. What you might find is there are some areas that are very, very high level of concern, or if you want to call it stress. Now, that word stress, when we look at that word, it has a lot of every single word we use has an energy to it. And so if you've been on other episodes of the Sparkle Experience Show, you'll know that I look at things as I always say that everything is energy and vibration. Einstein said it. Everything we do has energy and has a vibration, and all the things we deal out, all the things we feel has an energy and a vibration. Our bodies generate a frequency and an energy, and there's a vibration to it. And you may start thinking, well, I want to run in the other direction, but you already do it. Just a minute, because have you ever been going to a party or somewhere and there's a group of people in a room, and as you step in there, you just feel the urge to run or stop, or something stops you because you sense something is going on and you don't like the feeling. You picked up on that because there was an energy that was in that room that your sixth sense picked up on, and you withdrew, or you thought, well, maybe I shouldn't go there, or maybe it's just going somewhere, and all of a sudden you felt, no, I don't think I want to go there. And then the next day you found out something maybe happened that you go, wow, it's a good thing I didn't go, because there was something that you felt that you tuned into that allowed you to have that feeling. So whether you realize it or not, we're all energetic beings, and you are picking up on things, maybe not necessarily in your awareness. And so I'm here today to kind of talk about the subject of pain in that regard, to have you maybe look at that pain in a slightly different way, or just continue how you may be already looking at it that way, which is, how can I look at pain in a different way, not necessarily always bad, as it's just a signal. It's just a way for my body to make me pay attention. And okay, so paying attention. So if you have a feeling in your body and it's light or heavy, and say you're having a really nice day and you're feeling light and carefree, and all of a sudden, something happens and you really feel, all of a sudden you have a sense of something starts aching or whatever, and you're going, wait, what happened? What's going on there? It could be something energetic in terms of an emotion, or something in a tone somebody said to you that triggered something in you that's causing that. And these are not big pains, the ones I'm talking about right now. So if you do have a big pain, something is really wrong, and it's giving you a lot of pain. How do you deal with it? How do you manage it? And what can you do about it? So there are different ways we can manage that, and there are things that people who manage pain every day and have to live with the pain. There are things that they have developed within themselves to be able to compartmentalize that pain. So it's there, even though it's there, they're able to still get their job, the work that they want to do, the things that they need to have done, the things that they want to do completed, because they don't have control over this pain that they've been living with. And some people take drugs to manage a pain, and some people do meditate to manage a pain. And there's all sorts of ways that are natural too to manage a pain. There's sometimes ways of moving and stretching that can alleviate some pain. Tonight, I want to introduce what I call sparkle, as well as a way to, maybe if you've tried everything else and nothing else has helped, there may be something in what I do that could help. And my clients, many of them come away from just one session with relief or elimination of the pain they've been carrying for a while. Some chronic, some acute, depending on when I show up or when they show up in my arena. And so the question I have for you is, are you ready to let go of that pain? And you might think, well, that's a very interesting or very disrespectful question. Some of you might even be thinking, why wouldn't I want to be ready to get rid of this pain? Are you insulting me? Because nobody wants pain. And I'd just like to go, I'm just suggesting a way of looking at what's going on, and maybe considering opening up to the possibility that there is a way to internally do some self-questioning, self-analysis, or really asking questions of yourself, really, and seeing if there's something there that is, especially if there's situations that keep on repeating over and over again, and a certain kind of trauma keeps on occurring in your life, and you get better and it happens again, and you get better and it happens again. So those types of things is, what is it that you are not seeing? What is a pattern? What is the situation? What is the event even that may have led up to something occurring that then caused this situation that created this pain that allowed it to come into your reality, and then you're left having to deal with this. So it's a little bit of a stretch if you've never heard this kind of thinking before, but it's okay, that's fine. What I'm here to maybe have you open up to is that sometimes pain, if we get a benefit from having the pain, sometimes we will subconsciously hold on to that pain, or not necessarily hold on. Let me rephrase that. We may sometimes, even if the pain gets relieved, our subconscious goes, no, I can't allow that. I can't allow that to happen, because if I'm not ill, then so and so will not come and visit me, or so and so will not be so nice, or so and so will not do this for me, or whatever the payoff is, the payback, whatever that is, does not happen if you do not have that, whatever that pain is. So, is this making sense to you or not? I'm not sure. But this is what I have gathered from many years of analyzing why, when I work with some people, bang, they get it. They leave with smiles on their faces and a hop to their skip and a smile to their lips. And then and they never come back, or well, we still stay friends, but they don't have the thing come back and give them problems again. Whereas other people, they get the result and they're all happy, and the next day, the next week, the next month, the same or similar thing comes back in full force, and they're back to where they started from, or or not so well off, and they're feeling that nothing did change. So when this happens, it is very, it can be very disconcerting, because especially if you noticed a huge result and then the next day it comes back. That's why, I like to have people work with me for multiple sessions, because there are triggers and patterns and stimuli and inputs that will bring memories, and the mind is a very strong thing. And when those memories flood back in, so do the symptoms, or the anchors that keep that pain within, So that is around the information around pain that we may not be aware of. And you may say, well, Michele, that doesn't make sense at all, because if I have an accident and then I have a dislocated shoulder, or I have a twisted ankle, that's not because something triggered me. That's just an accident. And that might be true. We do have accidents, but the other part of that is there was something around that maybe, afforded that accident. And this is not superstitious. This is just looking at everything around and seeing, is there a way with safety in mind to have prevented that? And is there a way that in the future I can shore up my defenses so that does not happen again? And if something is where all of a sudden I have pain, and there's a reason, very valid and logical reason for it, how do I deal with that pain other than taking painkillers, having the operations and doing all of that, and being in that feeling of being at the mercy of everything that is being told to you? And that is to get a health advocate, somebody on your side of the court to listen as well as you, because if you're going through pain, it's hard for you to process and remember what the doctors and all the therapists and everybody is, what they're communicating to you, and to process it. And so, a good colleague of mine, Dr. Lynn Fraley, she is a nurse advocate, and she stands up understands her clients' requirements, and then she will advocate for them with their medical practitioners and therapists, and look out for the interests of her clients, and those things can be very, very useful. So in this whole scenario of pain, what information are you aware of surrounding and about this pain that you're having? What resources are available to you? How can you reach out for more support, mentally, physically, emotionally? Emotional support is really important. And you may think, well, it's not, I can manage it, I'm tough, I can do it. But here's the thing, if you are physically challenged with pain, it can be very depleting to your energy, and you need energy to heal. So the more that you can reach out to loved ones and family who can support you and allow you to build up your strength again, the more that will help you to move forward and be able to tackle and get to the root cause of whatever pain you are experiencing. Because mentally, you can only get clear when you have enough energy above dealing with the pain to process and think, and to look for solutions in a positive frame of mind. So what I'm here to tell you too is, if you have pain, to see what you can do to take as high a positive outlook as possible on thinking and dealing with whatever the pain is that you're dealing with. And so what causes it, is really important from a medical, physical, your physical body perspective. When you're looking at something is not right in the body and you need to heal it, you need to solve it, you need to get rid of it if it's something that's in your body that's causing it. And the other part of it, though, is I mentioned earlier today that there is the power of the and that is that you can do all the medically sound practices, going to the doctors, the specialists, the therapists, and there's another way of looking at helping yourself, which is to consider alternative methods that do not interfere with the allopathic, regular, traditional medicine of the practices of doctors and therapists in the medical community. But you can also consider things that are not actually affecting all those therapies. And that in that mix, that's where quantum energy healing lands. That's where you have Reiki, and I'll name a bunch of them because I have learned a bunch of them. There is reconnective healing, there is matrix energetics, there is Yun method or Yun energetics, there is spiritual response therapy, which is looking at the causes from a very logical, cognitive way. There is access consciousness and bars, running the bars. There is Reiki, there is healing touch, there is neurolinguistic programming. There are so many things that are from an energy healing modality that can actually help in all different ways. And tonight I wanted to touch on a little bit on Sparkle, and I wanted to actually share a story with you, if you will. And that is on one of my clients. And the reason I want to share it with you is because the best way of, in a sense, of sometimes understanding what is possible is to see the example of what has happened in the past. And so this story that I wanted to share today is about my client. Let's call her Marilyn. And Marilyn is a grandmother. She has grown children and grandchildren too, as well. And she came to me, actually, she didn't really come to me. I went there and we were at a gathering, and I ended up working with her. And before I worked on her issues were she had neuropathy in her feet. And I don't know if you understand what that is, but that is where when you touch she couldn't touch her feet together because it would hurt. There would be like a charge. It would feel, she said, like it was electricity and it would hurt. And so her feet, she had neuropathy in her feet. She had a botched knee surgery that that caused her to have problems walking. She was unsteady, couldn't keep her balance when she was walking, so she used a cane to walk. She was very weak walking, and then she also had pain in her back. She had a problem with her arms in that she couldn't raise her arms above her shoulders. She had strength issues in her hands because she said, I'm so weak I can't even use my hands to open the car door. My daughter has to open the door for me. And she couldn't lift anybody up, or any babies in her arms. She couldn't lift them up either, or carry anything heavy in her arms. She had problems turning her head from left to right. She couldn't do this. And she also had very little energy and lacked stamina to do a lot of things. So that was her before situation. And then I worked on her. And after I worked on her, what she said to me was, wow, I can do this. Look at this. I can raise my hand above my head. And actually, I was thinking I should have shown you the video on that, because I do have a video to show you that. You can also find it on my web pages, my website as well, because I'll make sure I put that up. But she was going, yeah, I can do that. That's amazing, right? And then she said her feet weren't hurting anymore, and her hands were feeling better. And then she went, wow, look at this. Few minutes ago, I couldn't even turn my head, and now look at this. I can look left to right. And so you may think, well, why are you bringing all this up? Because in that space of 1 hour, she had a major transformation in her body. And I utilized our chat GPT to do a search just actually yesterday, because I was curious. It came to me that maybe I could get a approximation of what all of those benefits that she got would have cost her if she had been paying for it. And chat went out and looked at all those things: neuropathy, the chronic back pain, the problem with the knee, the unsteadiness on the feet, the lack of energy, and so forth, and came back with a price tag of all the different medical treatments that she would have to have undergone to get to where she was after an hour with me. And chat came up with a price, a total price of treatment costs of over $38,000 Canadian, which is probably about $20,000 US or thereabouts. So what if healing, if you could grab a healing experience like that, not just in 1 hour. I mean, I was in euphoria when Marilyn had that experience, because what I say to people is, it's not about me, it's about you. You're the one who has to open up to receiving the energies, releasing things that are holding these physical symptoms and situations, or I don't want to say, well, we'll say afflictions in your body. You're the one who has to welcome a change and allow that release of whatever it is that are keeping those energies in your cells. And you may say, oh, Michele, you're really out to lunch here. How does that do anything? You remember I said everything is energy and vibration. So picture this, that when you have emotional upset, trauma, when you have abuse, when you have verbal, physical abuse, when you have people being really nasty or terrible to you, physical, mentally, emotionally, because emotional can be just as bad. When you have those things happening, it's been actually a recently declassified CIA experiment over 20 years has revealed documentation and experimental data that suggests, that actually not suggests, but confirms that our cells hold the energies of trauma and all of those negative situations. And because of that, it can actually manifest or exhibit or show itself as a diseased state or condition, show up as in your body as a physical thing, even though it's emotionally based or trauma based because of a past experience. So do I have to repeat that? So think about it. When you have a very traumatic life with very, very hard or difficult times, those feelings, those negative emotions, the trauma can get caught up in your cells. And if you don't know how to release it and allow it to leave your body, then it will kind of, if you want to say, the more and more, if you can't get rid of it and more is coming on than you can get rid of, it will, like a wound, like a real wound where you're bleeding, it can fester until it manifests or shows up as different diseases in your body, that then the symptoms of which can be that pain that you are feeling that you can't get rid of. So if we drill down to the basics of this, is how do you then release these negative energies and the blocks and all the trauma that's being held in your cells, your body's cells, your organs, your tissues, your bones, your neurons, wherever it is in your body, your brain cells, maybe your brain tissue, your liver, your pancreas, your spleen. How do you then get to release those energies? And so that's why quantum healing, the energy releases, the ones I named to you, they're all dealing with really helping the clients to be able to recognize or just be in that mental frame of mind to release and allow those negative feelings to leave you. And now you might be thinking, well, I don't do that. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest to you here is that if you think of a situation where something upsets you and you feel into that memory of that situation, what do you notice in your body when you think about that? Is it like carefree and light. You feel light in your body, and like you can go to the moon and back and fly there at your with grace and with a smile on your lips? Or do you all of a sudden you feel constricted and dense and heavy and weighed down, like, and literally feeling like there's a weight on your shoulder when you think of being angry? Maybe when you get angry, it's not that necessary, that feeling. It's more of a burst, it's like it's like that's fire, and you're just feeling like you're burning up. Well, that's a different kind of denseness, but it is a denseness. And so if you think about that, what I'd like to share here is that when I work with my clients, and maybe if you stick around till the end of this show, towards the end, I will be doing a short, the sparkle segment of the show, which is a short sparkle session with you all here. Join me live or on the replay. It's fine, because energy has no time, space. It just is. And so you will get the energy even though you're watching the replay. And so when you think about it now, think about all the things that have happened. And if you're in pain, are you feeling heavy or are you feeling light? Simple. Are you feeling heavy and are you feeling light? And if I can challenge you to see how you can, if there's a way you can start to think differently. And that's why meditation works. That's why my group Sparkle and guided meditation replays that my May program, 90-day program members have told me really helps them when I'm not online with them and they're doing their own thing during their journey through their lives. That's why that works, because if you can allow yourself to get yourself to feeling lighter, and maybe you can just think of, if something has been bothering you, somebody you've been holding feelings about something that happened, and you are still mad and holding it against them. And if you just decide, well, now I know that I can be aware of it and I can forgive them. And I think if you allow yourself, if you say, I never forgive, I'll never forgive that person. Well, my friends, that's not doing you any good. That's actually adding a brick of weight to your already heavy shoulders. Because when you cannot forgive others and you cannot forgive yourself, yes, yourself, the guilt, the shame, the blame, and all those things that we will do to ourselves because we feel we failed, or we didn't do enough, or we could have done better, or we didn't see, we're too busy, we didn't see. All of those things, when that happens, that actually becomes a denseness, and can even be visual. It even sometimes can feel like it's chains that are just keeping you locked up in a safe or protected space, because that's how you took on whatever it was that happened. And so forgiveness can actually help you to release some pain. Forgiveness can help you to get lighter within. That's why sometimes, actually not sometimes, many times when I work with my clients, my clients, if we were lucky enough, and I do this now more of a practice than not, is to take a snapshot of the person's face at the beginning of a session, and then at the end of the session also take a snapshot. if my clients are open enough to release things that have been weighing them down, and they don't have to know what's weighing them down, they just have to be open to releasing, because you don't need to know, right? We have a tendency to want to know why, and know the cause, and know all the little details of what it is that is causing something, so you can feel, yeah, I was the champion over it, and I hammered that down, and I solved it. Well, in the work I do, that's not necessary. It's not necessary to go through all the trauma and the memories, the terrible, could be terrible memories of what preceded in the past. It's not necessary to go back there anymore and relive it and bring that energy, that terrible feeling back to you anymore. It's okay to just go, yeah, it's okay to say, yes, whatever it was in the past, it served me. I'm a better person for it. And here you're getting free coaching. Okay, guys, I give this to my this what's the word I'm looking for? These revelations, or my knowing on what is at the root of a lot of pain. I share this, and I coach my clients and my VIP clients, especially through this, is this is, oh, it's okay to just know that whatever those terrible things were, whatever all the challenges and all the blocks are in your life, the fact that you are here means that you overcame them, or you went through it, or you found a way to navigate around it, above it, through it, whatever it is, but you are here. So you left it somewhere back there in the past. That means you conquered whatever it was standing in your way. So you've learned, and yay for that, celebrate it, because it means that you are now equipped to help others through those same challenges, or similar challenges to those that you faced, because you are here, stronger, wiser, and still beautiful. Okay? So if this is making sense to you, that's awesome. And if not, the replays are there if you think there's truth in what I'm saying, and you just need some time to digest, because some of my clients, I can think of one right now, need a little time to digest new concepts. And so, yes, you can go to the replays on my channel, the YouTube channel, at the Sparkle Experience Show, find the episode and replay it and sit with it and re-listen and see. And each time it might be where it makes more sense and more sense, and then you all of a sudden you're realizing that you are getting the concept. Maybe you can't get there yourself, but because Sparkle helps, but you can at least cognitively come to the understanding of what it is I'm sharing here with you to help you today on your journey, struggling or dealing or battling with whatever it is you want to use around that word pain. And it could be just looking at it and say, well, I'm going to dissolve that pain because I see it, that it's possible to just let it go. Alrighty, so what if healing could feel that easy is the question. And with that, it's now almost at the top of the hour. We started late just because of technical problems today. So I'm going to, because there are people here, I am going to do a sparkle session tonight. And just getting my music primed up here. And yep, I don't need to show you that anymore, do you? Do I? Just need to get you to my sparkle segment. So yes, so now let's see, feel, tune in to who you are, to your very essence, as we go into this sparkle segment of the show. And I will encourage you to get into a comfortable position, whether you're sitting, you can be lying down if you want. You've had a rough day or a long day, and lie down and just breathe. Get comfortable, feel your body, You know, I'm just wiggling or moving around in my chair right now. Just feel yourself in your space. Just notice, close your eyes now. And in doing so, just sense the air around your body. You know, maybe you think of yourself as your hair, the hair on your arms and stuff. Just allow it to sense all the energy around you. And as you do that, see, as your eyes are closed, breathe in deeply through your nostrils. Breathe in deeply all the goodness, all the blessings, all the energies of healing, wisdom through the ages from the heavens coming through to you. Visualize, see a beautiful tube of light coming from the heavens to the top of your head, right where the crown chakra is. And see a beautiful gold, probably silver, maybe a shiny light blue light streaming, glistening from the heavens through this tube into your body from the crown chakra, and going and moving all through your body to wherever it needs to go to sparkle, energize, and bring healing cosmic energy to all the cells in your body where it's storing things that you don't need to store anymore, where it is holding negative emotions, trauma, any kind of upset, any painful memories. Just allow this beautiful sparkling energy to go into those cells wherever it is throughout your body, into all the nooks and crannies, and help sparkle and just dissolve and release all those negative energies from your cells and out through. See them going out through the window, out through the door, out through or down through the cord at the bottom of this cord at the bottom of your feet that goes down to your very own special crystal. Very own special crystal at the center of the earth, where it gets cleansed and purified and nourished with Mother Earth healing, grounding energy, centering you, grounding you into the beautiful, realizing you're the beautiful soul and person that you are. Beautiful inside out, outside in, within, without, all around. If we turned you inside out, upside down, you would be totally beautiful. Beautiful, resplendent, just as you are, uniquely you, with all your quirks. Uniquely beautiful. Just breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings, all the healing, and breathe out everything that's not serving you as you breathe out through your mouth, allowing all that negative energy to leave you through the window, through the door, through the cord at the bottom of your feet. And just feel and allow that energy to leave you. Anything that's distressing, concerning, worrying you, stressing you out, allow it to leave. See it leaving through the window, through the doors, through the cord at the bottom of your feet. Just see it, feel it, allow it. Welcome it. Welcome the healing energy into your body. The source, the knowledge, the wisdom, the clarity, just allow it in. Allow all the tension in your body, all the pain in your body to lessen, to leave, to deplete, to release. Just allow it, just notice it. But don't focus on it, just allow, just tune into allowing to release. Just allow yourself to see this energy coming in. Just allow, see this energy coming in. Beautiful, resplendent, healing energy. Just allow this energy coming in. Just allow it to come in. Just feel it. Just feel it coming in. Feel it coming in. Allow it to move wherever it needs to move. Feel it. Enjoy it. Allow it. Breathe out everything that you don't need, that doesn't serve you anymore, that you don't want in you anymore, that you're just tired of it being so, just decide that it's okay to leave. You don't have to know what it is. You don't have to ask what it is. You just have to know it needs to go. Just allow it to leave right now, through the window, through the door, through the cord at the bottom of your feet. Welcome all the blessings, all the miracles that are coming to you from the heavens to you right now. Just allow. It's all up to you. Open your arms wide to receive. All up to you. Knowing that you're beautiful, you're worthy, you're deserving. That you're worthy of forgiving yourself and forgiving others, because you don't need to hold on to their baggage or to the feelings of negativity. Do yourself a favor and allow yourself to release all the emotional, mental pain and suffering you've been holding on to all these years. It's not just physical pain that affects us, it's also the mental traumas, the post-traumatic stress disorder, yes, PTSD. That's even worse than the physical, isn't it? So allow yourself to release everything that's not serving you. Through the window, through the door, through the cord at the bottom of your feet. Allow the energy I'm sending to you right now to your dantian to come through. Allow yourself to store it so you can call on it, draw on it whenever you need to, when you're short on energy. When the pain is getting to you and you just need a little energy to get through to it and hold yourself in your positive, beautiful, positive state of mind and state of being. Just allow this energy to come through to you, to your dantian, right where your navel is, your belly button. Just allow this energy to come through the distance, the miles, thousands of miles, wherever you are, through and through. This energy to come to you, straight to you, to keep you more energized, to allow you to breathe in all the beauty, all the goodness, all the blessings that are available to you, and receive all the beautiful abundance that is there for you as you open up your arms to receive it. The healing, the joys, whatever it is that will help you to get back to balance. So whenever you're ready, you can start wiggling your toes, moving gently, coming back to present, to the now, noticing what it is in your body has shifted, if anything, and being just gentle with yourself, coming back into the now. Just notice and just notice what has changed and just give thanks and celebrate whatever positive things you're noticing, whether that's reduction, release of tension in your arms or shoulders, or just a clarity in your mind and just knowing what to do in the next moment, the next week, the next day. Just notice. And what I'd like to say is, if something inside has kind of gone, wow, I need more of this, from going through this episode, please do know that you can reach out to me at support@mentormem.com, mentormem.com. And if you're interested, there is an upcoming Master the Art of Being CEO of You 90-day program, where you can transform yourself and your life, your being, by learning how to become crystal self-aware, be able to turn on and tune into your knowing, so you can keep yourself improving every single day in all aspects of your life. Because I have a system that's proven. I have students who are just totally amazed at their transformation in the first offering of this program. And there will be 2 options, which is self-paced, using the recordings of those master classes that I provided before, as well as live Q&A calls to answer and support you with your questions, as well as a in-person live masterclass, live Q&A call package, and bonus group sparkle session for that healing component at the beginning of the program. So I really thank you for joining me tonight or today, wherever you are, if you're listening to the replays in the future. And I hope that you got some ahas from listening to this podcast, watching it, got some benefit from the Sparkle segment, the Sparkle session. Notice too that the energy continues even after I have stopped doing the Sparkle Chi, and that energy will continue to work within you, and you will see results that you may not actually be aware of. But if you notice you're lighter and you're feeling brighter and happier and more bouncy on your feet, that actually is an indication that something happened within you. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been great having you on with me wherever you are in the world. And if you like this, do share, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and see you again, perhaps first and third Wednesday of every month. We've been doing this now for over 2 years, going on 3 very shortly. So that's all. Have a really good evening and have a wonderful rest of week. Bye for now.